Look what I just got in the mail, and we're getting into it today. Welcome everybody to another episode of Comics with Bonix. Today is part 1 of a CGC unboxing. We have 15 total books that we submitted. Gonna be unboxing 7 today, and the next one, part 2, we're gonna be unboxing another 8. For the first set of 7 books, it's gonna be a mix of titles. And the second set is gonna be all Amazing Spider-Man. So with each book, I had the missus. She was awesome. She covered up the grades, so I have no idea what the grades are gonna be. I have my estimate of what each of the books are gonna come back as. We're gonna go what I think they're gonna grade at. We're also gonna go over what I paid for each of these books, because I wanna be as transparent as possible in this video, because I think it's gonna help collectors if they have an idea of how to look for a book in a specific grade and the mindset when you have a specific book in mind. And price plays a big factor. So I'm gonna go over with you those prices, and in the end, we're gonna see what these books in these grades value at. And that way we can see if we made a good decision on purchasing these books. They're all gonna be Marvel. I think this is the first time where we don't have any other publisher except Marvel. So let's start with the first book. So the first book that we have in the submission is Tales of Suspense number 52. This is the first appearance of Black Widow, Natasha Romanov. And this front cover looks absolutely amazing. It's a little bit deceiving because if you take a look at the back, there is a big chunk missing from the back cover. So it's gonna take this grade down quite a bit. There are quite a few spine ticks on this book, but overall the colors are very bright and it looks very nice. This book I was able to pick up on eBay, and the price I paid on this book was $224. And I was guessing this book will come back at about a 2.0. So we'll see what it comes back. So I see the 2. All right, it came back at 2.5. I'm super happy about that. I felt it was gonna be conservative at a 2 with that big chunk missing, but coming back at a 2.5, I'm super happy. And this one came back with off-white to white pages. So again, this was a tough book to grade because of this big chunk missing, but I think because of the overall condition of the book, it got a little bit higher than I expected, which is a 2.5. So I'll put here the value of a 2.5 of Tales of Suspense 52. Super happy about this first one. So the next book I have in the submission is X-Men number 3, first appearance of Blob. This one is a very rough copy, but this one holds a very significant place in my collection because this is the very first Silver Age that I have ever bought for my collection. So this is going to be staying in the PC for the foreseeable future. Very, very rough copy. You can see that the corner box has a piece ripped out as well as a piece on the X there. The cover is detached as it states on the label. So very rough spine. There's some pieces missing on the back as well. So this one I purchased in a lot of very early X-Men, and I paid a total of $97 for this copy. My guess is this is gonna be no more than a 1.5, but as rough as it is, I'd be happy with a 1.5. So let's go ahead and find out what the grade is. So I see the 1, and it comes out at a 1.0. So definitely a rough copy, but I'm glad that I didn't get a 0.5. And I'm still happy that it came back at 1.0. I'm still going to keep this copy because of the significance that it's the very first Silver Age book, and it happened to be an X-Men book, and it's a key issue, first Blob, so I'm still happy that I got a 1.0. Great book to have. So the very next book in the submission is going to be X-Men #2, the second appearance of the X-Men and the very first appearance of the Vanisher. This is a very low grade copy, and if you guys can see, there's a bunch of tape on this book, one over the X, and a lot of tape that's holding together on the spine. It looks like the cover detached, and according to the paragraph that CGC wrote, looks like the cover is detached and the cover is completely split and reattached with tape. There are pieces reattached with tape, and there's tape on interior cover. So on the back, it's super rough. If you guys can see on the back, there's a lot of tape and creases, tears. This is as rough as it gets, but for this, the price I paid $70 for this book. I purchased it on eBay. It'll be lucky if it gets a 1.0. So we're gonna see what it comes out to. So what are we gonna see? I don't see any ones. Oh, it came out to a 0.5. So even though it is a complete book, because of all the issues and the tape and the complete spine split and the cover detached and the tape, just so much tape. There's probably more tape than there is paper on this book, and that's why I got a 0.5. So I'll put on here what the value is of a 0.5, but I don't even think I broke even on this book. I'm not sure what a 0.5 goes for. Hopefully I came out on top, but this is a rough book. So I mean, really, what can you do? If you buy in low grade, you gotta be prepared to get some books back as a 0.5. Even though this presents pretty well for a 0.5 and it's complete, when you get a deal for a book at $70, you can't really be too disappointed when it comes back a 0.5. I still think I did okay. So some books you gotta just take a risk that it comes back a little bit higher, but this one looks like we got the bottom of the barrel. So for this next book, I'm excited to get this one back graded. It's going to be Fantastic Four #50. This is the third appearance of Silver Surfer, and it's part of the trilogy of the Galactus and Silver Surfer. This one is a pretty rough copy. It's in a brown cover, so you can pretty much see all of the ticks and all of the issues. There are writing on the cover as well. Here's the back cover. The back cover looks a lot nicer, but really most of the issues are gonna be on the front. So for this one, I got it at a pretty good deal. I got it off of eBay for $34 roughly, and I estimated this is going to come back at a 2.5. So let's go ahead and find out what the grade is. So I'm on point with the 2. We're going to see if it's a 2.5. All right, we got a 2.5. I'm super happy with that. I was thinking it could be lower. I was being conservative, but I'm glad that I was on point with this one. It's a pretty nice looking book, and this completes my trilogy in 48, 49, and 50, all graded. So I can't wait to display those 3 together. So this next book I'm really excited for because I found this one in the wild. It's going to be Marvel Spotlight #5. And this one is a very rough copy. The spine on this is completely split, and it does show that on the label. Overall, it does still present very well. I still like the colors on this. This is the first appearance of Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze. And on the back, still fairly nice on the back. The main issue is going to be the spine split, completely split on the spine. So this, I would predict it to be a 1.0. I paid $100 for this book. So overall, even if it comes back a 0.5 or 1.0, I'm still doing okay. So let's find out what it is. There's the one. I'd be super happy with a 1.5. Oh, we got a 1.5. I'm super happy about that. I was guessing it's gonna be a 1.0, but with a 1.5, I'm really happy with how this displays. I believe this is a great looking 1.5. And it has off-white to white pages, origin and first appearance of Ghost Rider. It also has the first appearance of Roxanne Simpson. So again, super happy to get this in 1.5. I was hoping for at least a 1 and I got a 1.5, which means that we won pretty big on this one. I will show what the value is for a 1.5. Super happy to have this copy. So for this next book, this was a book that was already graded. Crack this out, pressed and clean, and resubmit. This book is X-Men 94. First time the new X-Men team is in their Uncanny X-Men series. This one is a great looking copy with great centering. And this one was already graded a 4.0 with white pages. I felt it wasn't cleaned or pressed, so I wanted to resubmit it and see what it'd come back as. And here's the back cover. Cleaned it up very well, looks bright white. And so does the front cover, looks great. The reds look great on it, and as well as the yellows. I'm so nervous about this one because if this one falls below a 4.0, I'm gonna be pretty bummed, I'm not gonna lie. I was estimating this to come back as a 4.5. And this one I bought as part of the collection. So this one I really can't put amount that I paid for it because if you divide it all together, I paid just a couple bucks per book. Can't even wait any longer. I'm just gonna get into the review. So we're gonna see the first number and it is coming out to be, I can't believe it. It's saying 5, guys, and it's gonna come out as a 5.5. So this was a huge upgrade. This was more than I could have even expected. A 5.5 from a 4.0, and it still kept its white pages. I'm absolutely ecstatic about this. That's three grade bumps from a 4.0 to a 5.5 is a huge upgrade. Super happy about this. This is staying in my PC. No reason to upgrade it. I love the look of this book. It's absolutely stunning. I knew that it'd get a pretty good grade, but for 5.5, that is even higher than I expected. And we have one more book for this part 1, which is a pretty good key. I'm excited for this one as well. This one I bought in the wild and I bought it raw. And let's go ahead and show what it is. Incredible Hulk 180, the first appearance of Wolverine in a cameo. Bought it from a collector that have owned these books and bought it off the rack. So they were in pretty good shape. I estimated this to be a 5.0. I see there's a little bit of color rub towards the bottom area and the black area there. There are some spine ticks as well, but overall this copy is a very nice looking copy. Here's the back. There's still some dirt that I couldn't get off. I pressed and cleaned this myself, so we'll see if I was able to improve. Estimated at 5.0. I paid $250 for this book, so we'll see what it comes out to. So let's go ahead and see what the first number is. I see it looks like, does that look like a 7? That looks like a 7. That is a 7. Oh my goodness, it's a 7.0. I cannot believe that. I know I was being conservative on it and it looked nicer than I had originally thought, but a 7.0, I'm super ecstatic about that. And it also came back as off-white and white pages. I don't even know what to say about this. This is a stunning looking book. The colors are super deep on the title, super deep reds, just a stunning book. I'm super happy to have gotten this. And I'm going to go ahead and show what a 7.0 CGC values at. And again, I paid $250. So deals are out there, guys. You just have to be willing to go out and hunt for them. So this is a great way to end part one. Thanks again, guys, for joining me on part one of the CGC unboxing. I hope you liked this video. Please stay tuned for part two, which will be releasing within a week. If you guys haven't subscribed to me yet, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you guys can be informed when I release my new content. And go ahead and like this video if you enjoyed my unboxing. So I want to thank you for joining me here on Comics with Bonix. And I want to remind you to collect your passion. We'll see you guys in part two. Take care.